y'all. All right. So let's get straight into it. Your life too busy? You got things to do? Trust me, I got things to do too. My kids, they all over the place. I'm sure your kids may be all over the place, or they may be at school. It's snowing in some places, parts of Texas, so your people may not be here, be out there. But this in this video, I am going to talk to you about this very simple thing. I'm gonna tell you how to not allow your brain or your mind to talk you out of starting this YouTube channel. Okay? You are not busy enough. There are some things you can do, some things you can add in, filter in, take away. There is time to make time for you. Just like you make time to talk on the phone, just like you make time to talk to your best friend, just like you make time to watch your favorite show, you got 30 minutes. Do you have 30 minutes? 30 minutes, and it's for you. It's for you, right? This is to help you change your life, essentially. You can do it. So let's go ahead and get into it. Get this going. All right, so first thing, number one, you need to quiet your mind. We're gonna shake it off. We're gonna shake it off, do the backhand bounce, do the jig, I don't know, do the night night, do whatever you need to do to get your mind ready. Okay? Because negativity is gonna stop you. It's gonna stump you. The fear is gonna stump you because you're thinking like, oh man, I want nobody to see me that know me. Why? Who cares? Don't you know that there are people just as awkward as you? There are just as the same amount of people who want to know what you know, that needs the advice that you have, that there are the same people out there. You do not have to go out there and just think in your head, all right, I don't have anything to offer to say to anybody. If you don't think you have enough time, there's 24 hours in a day, okay? This is the same time that I have, the same time that you have. Some people use it differently. Other people may use it and sleep their whole 24 hours away. Some people may go in and say, all right, well, you know what? I'm going to use this time to study. I'm going to use this time to go get me something to eat. Use this time to go to the movies. I'm going to use this time to stay up for no reason because, I just want to stay up for the purpose of staying up. They may have a family. They may be busy. I mean, there are legitimate reasons. You have every right to be like, I just don't have time, Ashley. I don't have time. I understand that. I understand, especially if you are a mother to be and you're thinking like, man, I already don't sleep. I mean, I feel you there. Especially if you got toddlers and then you're pregnant on top of that. If you are a male and you are like, man, I'm a father, I'm a business owner, or I got a very important job, I'm vice president, or I'm trying to get this new position so I can make this money. Okay, there are still different ways of how you can still make some money on YouTube. You don't have to squeeze in every little time and ounce. If you feel like that you're struggling with finding that time slot, instead of immediately getting on YouTube, why don't you evaluate the amount of time that you have? Why don't you go in and say, okay, well, you know what? I really don't know exactly how much time I have. All I know is that when I get home, I'm exhausted. Okay, I understand that. I understand the exhaustion part. So if you're going in and you're saying that you're tired, then what you should do is look at, okay, what am I doing? I wake up at 6:30 or I wake up at 10 or whatever time you wake up. Do you have any time in the morning? Okay, you working with the kids all day long. Okay, you got to commute to work. You have your lunch break. What is some time that you can actually have a time slot by yourself? Again, it doesn't have to be a long time. It you don't have to be on here all day. This is not something you have to do 9 to 5. But if you want to do this 9 to 5, you can do this 9 to 5. I mean, it doesn't have to be what you think it needs to be. It can be whatever that you want. Whatever you put in, you get back. So if I go in and say, all right, well, you know what? I'm going to give it 130%. I'm giving it all at my job. I'm giving it all. Um, to, my family, my friends, I'm spread too thin. Okay, I understand that too. I understand you being spread thin. So what is it that you can add to yourself? Not Don't think of it as another job. Okay, I got to add this new job to this other job. Don't think of it like that. Use this as an outlet. Again, if you were talking to your best friend on the phone and somebody said, "Man, you give the best advice when it comes to relationships." Okay, man, I wish it would be somebody that could recommend some movies to me when I was watching these. I'm spending countless times going through Netflix, Hulu, Sling, whoever your cable provider is, Spectrum, AT&T, whomever it is, and you spend hours and hours just trying to find out, okay, I gotta filter in if we're gonna have a good movie. That could be something that you could do. You could talk about the top movies that you need to see so that somebody don't have to waste their time, because there is nothing like when you only have like 2 hours of watching a movie or whatever show it is, and nobody has had enough reviews or vetted for you, and that's just time lost. So that's an area of need. And then you have different other things. If you're a mother, okay, I'm sure you've bought things for your kids. You could talk about the things that you wish that you hadn't bought. Okay, these are some content ideas. All right, I know for me, I should have never bought anything 0 to 3 months. For what? They gonna be growing out of it immediately. And then also the hospital provides majority of the clothing and pampers that you're gonna need for the next, I would say, 1 to 3 months, maybe 2 months. But it'll give you a leeway. It's gonna give you time. Now on that hospital bill, it's gonna say, all right, she was charged for all of the things that we gave. They're gonna charge you anyway. You might as well take advantage of it and use that information. You can talk about your hospital experience. You can talk about your delivery experience. You can talk about your holistic experience of you delivering. I mean, these are just ideas that if you're busy, you're going to be talking and thinking about these things. And the thing is like your mind is already going 100 miles per hour. You might as well share all of the information you are consuming. You're sitting there scrolling through YouTube and you're like, oh, well, Ash, well, I just feel that I'm afraid when I get on here, I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm going to get up here and I'm going to be awkward. Well, you know what? It's other awkward folks just like you. It's other people who's scared just like you. You don't have to be the only one. You're not the only person that's like that. So there's many different ways of how you can combat that. You do not have to feel like that the only way for you to be or do YouTube is to be something else, not be authentic. Because I get on here and I show you what my real life is, okay? It can be very chaotic. When you got people grown, you are raising little adults, essentially. And you also trying not to lose your mind as well. There's some things that work really well and there's some things that don't work real well. And that's things that I can share. But also, I also want to talk about having the freedom of YouTube, the freedom of just letting go. It's something very comforting about when you go on YouTube and there's no artificial intelligence involved. You get on here and you're authentic and you talk about what's real, the real sleepless nights of you trying to figure out how to get through life. You talk about the economy. You talk about the real bills. You got things that you can offer. If you're really good with money, if you're really good with trying to manage things, you want to talk about these things, where you can find those things, you can mention those. If you also are getting hesitant in talking about, oh, well, actually, it's not just getting the information. It's about after I upload, I don't know anything about a thumbnail. I don't know anything about a tag. Okay, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you said. You can actually download Canva. It's a free version and it's a pro version. The free version, I believe, is about $10 to $12 a month. And then the annual version is about $130 for the whole year. And that's it. And you just get access to their pro stuff. So for example, they have contributors where they go in and they create all these profiles. You just go in and they're already done. So once you're able to do that, you can just get the template, type in whatever that you want to, and that's it. Or you can just create stuff from the free version. And they have some really good stuff. This is not like something that's really cheap. This is not something that's not effective. It's very effective. So I'm telling you, don't let you not knowing what type of tech to use, what type of camera to use. You don't need no $30,000 camera. You need no $100 camera. You don't have to have, you can use your phone. You can use an iPad. You can use whatever that you need. If you want to start right now and there's some information you really need to share with somebody, you can do that right now. You don't have to go into this abyss of negativity. And if somebody doesn't believe in you, then don't share this information with them. Okay, you got to remember, you got to protect your mental. You got to be like, okay, you know what? This person believes that this dream is a joke. But you know what? The blessing about YouTube, it it shines the light. It shines the light on what you going to do in the future. It shines it on your brain. It's saying, okay, this is who she really is. These are who her friends really are. This is how they really act. They're on camera. This is how they act when the camera come on. And you're able to replay that stuff. You're able to look back and say, man, that person really was not my friend. Or man, they really didn't believe in me from the beginning. But look at the community that you're creating. Look at all the people that are coming around you now. You got to believe in yourself. You can't get on here thinking you don't have anything to offer. We all were made to provide some type of value and be special. I personally believe everybody, if you don't have a YouTube channel, you can at least start a blog. You could do it with WordPress. You could do it with Bluehost. There are just many different ways of how you can provide value in trying to get out of this glare. But there's many ways of how you can provide value without having to sacrifice all of your time, because your time is money. Your time is valuable. Nobody wants to be sitting up here thinking, okay, well, you know what? I'm just wasting my time again. I gotta go pick up my kids, or that your time is so precious. You don't get that time back. You watching right in here. I hope you hyped up, baby. I hope you hyped up. I hope you are ready. I hope your mind is ready. I hope it is in the position. It's in the position of wanting to be ready. If you don't know what to put out, don't get on here and just talk about nothing. Okay? You need to have an idea. Okay, I'm going to talk about tech. I'm going to talk about starting a book. I'm going to talk about running a business. I'm going to talk about how to get a job. I'm going to talk about whatever that you're going to talk about. Write those things out and say, okay, these are the things I'm going to do. Because, woo, let me tell you, I know for a fact that when you get out here and that camera gets on you and you freeze, that mind is going to be like, so what do I say next? Like, so what do I do next? You don't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be that way. You can come prepared. It kind of reminds me of like when you play tennis. Like if you're holding the tennis racket and you waiting for the ball to come, right? You got to be in position. You waiting for the ball to come. But if your hand not in a swinging motion and you looking at that ball and you get ready to hit it, okay, that's the person that's ready. But if it's not, and you got your arm down and the ball coming at you, what do you think? Do you think you're going to hit something? You're not going to hit nothing. In fact, you're going to end up getting hit by the dang ball. You need to make sure you are always being in the ready position. Be ready to get blessed. Okay? Be ready. Be in the position to get ready. You can't expect to receive something if you got your hands closed. Okay? I can't give you something if you thinking like this. No, what she's saying is not true. She's not speaking facts. No, I'm speaking facts because I can tell you for a fact. Just an example. Just in the past 48 hours, I've already got an extra 200 followers. I'm telling you, you can grow 100 followers a day. It's possible. You just have to show up. You got to show your credibility and you can get the freedom that you need. Now, my shorts and the other videos that I put out, they're all comedy relief. They're all lighthearted. They're relatable. There are things talking about the things that I know in my mind that I thought about, that I know for a fact other people thought about. Because when I had these conversations, when I first got pregnant, I was thinking like, man, these are all the things that people were talking about. I did not know all these things were going on. And I'm just sharing the things that I experienced. And I know that it resonated because other people saw it and they responded. This is the thing. You can't hold in all the information you got in your brain thinking that nobody cares, nobody's not going to listen. Take what you see and put it out and see what happens. See what happens. Okay? You can't think that what you have is not valuable, that is not good to offer. You got what it takes. You just got to work on you. You have to get out there and say, okay, well, what is my channel going to be about? Okay, if my channel going to be about uplifting people, my channel is going to be about, like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know. What am I doing? Okay, well, why don't you practice? Do a dry run. Act like you're on YouTube and see what happens. Okay? Do it like that. If you don't have the confidence to just say, all right, I want to go ahead and start posting right now, then why don't you practice? It's kind of like a musician. You can't go in there thinking you're going to play, I don't know, Beethoven. And you've never played Beethoven. You never picked up an instrument. You don't even know how to play a scale. You need to go in there and make sure that you have at least the music sheet so that you can go in and make a great performance. So it could be entertaining, it could be comedy, it could be heartwarming, it could be something that's heartfelt, it could be very informative, it could be all of them. So it's something that you can definitely offer. But I want you down below, this is what I want you to do. I want you to list your YouTube channel in the comments and I want to take a look at it. I want to say, hey, I want to lift you up, say, good job. I can't wait to see your YouTube channel. Or, hey, this is what you're thinking about? Bounce some ideas off me. I would love to hear about it. Okay, because we're a community. That's what I'm trying to build. It's an army of people who want to support each other and uplift each other. I'm not into the negativity, respectfully. I'm not into any rude comments. I'm all about just uplifting people and trying to level up not only myself, but my family and leveling up you. That's what it's all about. That's what it should have been about from the very beginning. So, like, subscribe, please comment below. And I hope to see y'all next time. See ya.